Hi, everyone. It is Lisa Benitz here, and I am also here with the beautiful Laurence, who is in France. And wow, I am so grateful for what's been going on. And I just wanted to share with everyone out there that there has been a lot of change within Laurence's life. So Laurence, take it away. What you were talking with me about just a few minutes ago is so cool.
Hi everyone. Yes, I have a call with Lisa and I've explained all the things where I am now just after our class. And she said, yes, let's go testimonial. Yes. So I was in Bruxelles 2 weeks ago with Lisa to translate her class. So creating conscious space, intro and advanced. So 4-day class. And just when I back home, so there was a lot of things, a lot of stuff. And with my husband, we choose to move from where we are now. But the fact is that we are quite new in France because, of course, just after the class of Lisa in La Réunion, we sell our house and we wanted to sell it 2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah, that was really cute. You said when we first connected, I want to sell my house. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yes. So first, since we've met us, so it was in last November. So you were in La Réunion in January. I was your host and your translator. Mm-hmm. And 2 weeks after the class, I've found someone to buy my house. So it was in February. In May, you contact me to be your translator in France. I remember I said you, oh no, I don't have money now and I don't know how to do that. 24 hours later, my husband has sell a land and he has waiting 10 years to sell it because each time he wanted to sell it, there was anytime a problem, you know?
Yeah.
So 24 hours later, he called me to say, yeah, I sell this land, and so you can go in France for Lisa. Okay, I say yes, but at the same time, as we have sell the house, I said, okay, but I don't go in France just for the class. I want to stay here because we will move here. So in just 1 week, I sell all things in my house. I took my daughter, who is 6, and I said, okay, now it's time to move, bye-bye. And I didn't have time to say bye to my friends, to my family. In 1 week, I've done all things. And after 2 weeks, my husband has come in France with us. So that was in May. And now, 2 weeks ago in August, I was with you in Bruxelles to translate your class. And yes, then so the day I've backed, we choose to move. But as we are new in France, we didn't have yet all the papers this reality needs to rent a house. So I was first in question, then I was in doubt.
Oh yeah, big doubt. Yeah.
Yes, you know.
You wonder, will it ever happen?
Yes, Yes,
I
exactly.
don't believe it's going to happen. What do you mean follow the energy? I don't get this. Doesn't make sense. In this reality, you're supposed to sell the house before you even leave the country and go somewhere else.
Exactly,
But
exactement.
that's not how it goes, guys.
And then, so after a lot of stuff, question, doubt, well, yes, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. In fact, just yesterday, my husband said me, do you have any answer about, because yes, I found a house to rent, but we don't have all the papers. So I was in contact with the guy, asked question, and yesterday my husband asked me if we have any answer about him. I say no. Just after that, we were in the car, and suddenly I said, "Hey, universe, what would it take to have this house now with ease, please?" And I remember that my husband, who doesn't care about all this stuff, say me, "You've already asked this question, but we don't have anything." I said, "Yes, but I asked, and that's my choice." And exactly 15 minutes later, I received an email from this guy who said me, "Yes, I would like to have more papers." So I give it all the papers. And just today, I was out. When I'm back, my husband asked me if I have any answer about him. I say no. And just time to have a glass of water, the guy is calling to say yes.
Woohoo! She's got her space, guys.
Wow. It's so amazing that I was, oh my God, that's true. That's true.
It's pretty cool. You are what I would call the creating conscious spaces in action. The fact that you have time and time again have followed the energy, even when you were in this energy of, when is this ever going to change? When is this ever going to show up for me? And every time when Laurence and I were just having conversations, I kept saying, okay, get out of this, get out of the thinking, and actually have a conversation with the future spaces. So you have a conversation with the future space, and you ask the space that you're currently in and all the previous spaces to contribute to what it is you're desiring for the future.
Yes. Yes. And you're right, because it's exactly that. Yesterday, when I was in doubt, I remember that I don't want to rent this house because I need a house, but because that will create greater for me and my family. And as soon as I've connect with this future, with which future I would like, it was so light in my body that I said, of course, I don't want this house just because I need a house, but because it's my choice, because that will create greater in my life and in the life of my family. And wow, I think that, it's not I think. Each time I do the class with you, I'm your host, I'm your translator, it happens something. And even for me, I say, wow, that's true. That it's so big that sometimes I say, wow, that's me? Okay,
Yeah.
that's me. That's me. And what I realize, it's about to be to be the magic you are. Because if I didn't trust about that, I didn't do that, you know. Because when I was in doubt, I was not in my magic zone. But as soon as I've contact with that, all things has changed in less than 24 hours. Less than.
And it's, you know, the gift of this, Laurence, is a lot of people, they go into this question of whether this is actually, does this actually work? And the one thing that I can say is I've been playing with spaces all my life, and I actually I have more ease with having a conversation with the space at times than I do with people. Because spaces don't have a point of view whether you keep them clean and tidy or declutter, or whether they're new or old or modern or whatever that is that we've defined them as. And they will show you what's going on in your universe. That's the gift of them. And so when you are asking for a new space to contribute to the life that you're choosing, which for you continues to expand and grow, you're like, the energy that you're vibrating at has gone from like maybe I'm comfortable energy to like this vibration up here that is really going like bzzz. And your family, your husband's going, I don't know what this is, but okay, I'll just go with it. Because every time she asks one of those silly questions or like expands her energy and doesn't conclude, all of a sudden these doors of possibilities keep opening up, and magic occurs every single time with spaces. And I'm grateful. I mean, Liga, who works with us, she's another person creating conscious spaces in action. Her life has gone, and Andrea's, it's vibrating over here, you know it is, and her husband's probably going, whoa. But how awesome is this? And I'm, you know, today it was like, Laurence, let's just get out there and just share this, because I'm like one of these people, let's just shout from the rooftops and go, hell yeah, I'm changing the energy up in my life and if I'm doing it through my spaces, how fun can this be? Holy shit. So Andrea, like anything that you care to share, because we haven't talked since I left. What's happened?
Well, quite a lot actually. Today we really sold our big sofa.
Woo-hoo!
So yes. To show you my.
Oh baby. Oh yeah. You're creating space. Can't hear you. You're unplugged. No, you muted.
And my husband has to come to bed.
Oh yeah.
He can't sleep on this tiny little one here.
No sleeping on the sofa. Husband has to go to bed. Okay. Woo-hoo!
Yeah. And kind of much more space. And I started to also work in the bedroom to declutter and throw things away. And I had a kind of adventure with my parents where I had to rearrange 2 rooms within 2 days. And it was a lot of fun because I had a total different energy. And I said, yeah, well, if you come into this room, don't you perceive this, this, and this? And my parents looked at me and said, huh? What are you talking about? I said, okay, you don't have to do anything. Just leave me alone. I'll do it. So, and I had one of my daughters with me. And she was also very, very helpful. And she kept asking questions all the time. And this was very, very helpful for me. So she was really also pushing me, and she is still pushing me now and saying, yeah, keep asking questions, mom, you know how to do it. So yeah.
Oh, she's a smart cookie. Oh boy.
Oh, yes, she is. She really
Yeah,
is.
and you know, the gift in this for any of you that have ever taken a Creating Conscious Spaces class is that it's a totally different way of facilitating the changes in your life that most people, if they sit down, they read a book, or this is really getting you to go into action. And it's a physical, it's not only what we call whatever that is, it's actual physical, where we get people to physically go into their spaces and have this energetic conversation and like, let's shift shit and let's do it now. It's not next week or, oh, I'll do it later, because it's not now. It's now. Let's do it now.
Yeah,
So,
and it was kind of last week, people called us they were interested in the sofa to buy it, and they didn't show up, and things happened, you know, and I then just wrote a message to my husband, are you really willing to let the sofa go?
oh yeah.
And he was kind of, huh? And I said, yeah, are you really willing to let the sofa go? And he said, not now. I said, okay.
Yeah.
10 minutes later, are you willing to let the sofas go? And he said, no, not now. An hour later, he said, yeah, it's okay. So
cool.
Yeah.
And sometimes people hold on to things as though it's like this little it's like a little safety blanket, right? It could be your favorite coffee mug that has a crack in it and it doesn't hold water, or whatever that is for you. And once you finally acknowledge that there's an energy around it as opposed to the actual item, and when you can address the energy and let it go, it's like, holy shit. Yeah. Oh my God, I had no idea that I was attached to the energy of whatever that item was. It wasn't about the item. It's never been about the item, guys. So when we can let the item or the space or the house or the apartment or the car or the sofa or whatever that is, let it go, you're like, oh, you're creating this like magical space for so much in your universe, and don't stop. That's the other thing.
Yeah, and we had a very long conversation because he was curious what was going on in class and everything. And I said, yeah, well, Lisa just said this, this, and this, and she didn't know anything about us. And she just, you know, you really push the buttons. And then he said, yeah, well, she's completely true. And I said, yes, she is. And I could see and acknowledge that my energy is the dominant one in our apartment. So not only that the bedroom is my room, or the office space we have, or the living room. So it was really, I could really acknowledge it. And I said, yeah, okay, let's shift and change things. And we started, and yeah, life got so much easier.
Well, and can I just acknowledge that you actually have really acknowledged and woken up your inner awareness with your spaces. And so for you, the gift for your family is that you're actually, like, both you and Laurence are actually showing with action and in a way that they've perhaps never acknowledged that they also have this capacity with. And then hold on to your bootstraps, ladies, because guess what? They're going to start saying, hey, I'm aware of this and I'm aware of that. Yeah. Cool. I'm so excited. And I know Liga, she's been having painting parties and got a new sofa, and lots of cool stuff is happening. So yeah, don't take this class.
No.
Oh, and it's funny, since I've been home, I've been like shifting and moving things as well in my space. And every time I come home, it's like, I wonder what else I can shift and change around here. It's fun. It's
Yeah,
fun.
I have realized that my days are not long enough to really get everything done. So
Oh,
I'm
are they
getting up
not long
earlier.
enough, or are you just are you creating things to take up the space so that every day is full? Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's
yeah.
interesting because oftentimes we can fill up our energetic timeline or space with
Mhm.
things to do, like that doing energy. And then we find ourselves like going, ooh, it's going to take a week, or we've already determined that. So it just,
Mhm.
yeah, it
Yeah.
just for all of you, the other people out there, just have an awareness about how much time, when people say, a painter says it's going to take a week to paint the interior of your house, they've given you a timeline. But is it a timeline or a deadline? Or are you locking them into something where they're actually saying it's going to take 7 days and
Mhm.
they're going to stretch it out to the 7 days?
Yeah.
Just, we do this in this reality. We lock people into timelines. So what if you could go faster than you ever imagined with all of your
Mhm.
creations? Oh my God. And Laurence.
Yeah. I'm so in awe with you, Laurence. It's really magical. Yeah, magical. When I listen to your whatever you told us tonight, it's really
Yeah.
breathtaking and
She'll post photos too.
yeah,
Yes, of
yeah.
course, yes.
So any of you on Facebook, if you are curious or would like to join the Creating Conscious Spaces Facebook group, that is the group that we played with and we continue to play with, spaces and change and all this yummy stuff that carries on. This has been a good Facebook Live, and I'm so grateful for all of you showing up here. And there are some classes. I am home in Alberta for this month, and so there is a class here at the 2 weekends. We'll post that link. And La Reunion, I am going once again to that beautiful island of La Reunion, and India, and oh my god, Brazil. Yeah, there's and possibly France again. We'll see what gets created. Oh yes, we have a poll based on the last class in Austria, where Switzerland is being calling. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, those beautiful mountains, those snow-covered mountains. So stay tuned. Stay tuned for more play and more spaces around the world. And I'm so grateful for all of you popping on today, sharing your magic of what you're creating in your lives with and through your spaces.
Thank you to you.
Oh, changing the world one space at a time, ladies. You are
Yeah.
it in action.
And changing our lives one space at a time.
Yes.
Wow, I'm so grateful. I'm sending you all big hugs. And if anyone wants to connect, send us a Facebook Messenger, and love to connect with your spaces somewhere in the universe. Woo!
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
everyone. Good night in Europe
Good
and
night.
good afternoon in North America. We'll talk soon. Bye.
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 You got to turn off the recording.
Woo. Yeah.
Oh, hold on. It's still going live.